So here we are, end of Donald Trump's second year as president, and let's look beyond the chaos of the daily headlines to see how he's doing on basic benchmarks compared to his predecessors. So apples to apples. So first, let's take a look at approval ratings. According to Gallup, the average presidential approval rating at the end of their second year in office is 56%. Trump is at 39%. Now compare that to 46% for Barack Obama, 63% for George W. Bush, 41% for Bill Clinton, 61% for Bush 41, and 41% for Reagan. Now, here's a little crazy thing. Both JFK and Eisenhower had approval ratings over 70% at the end of their second year, levels unheard of in our hyper-partisan era. Now, note that Obama and Reagan and Clinton were near blows in their entire terms after the bruising midterms, but all went on to easily win re-election. So Trump can get some comfort from that. But none had average approval ratings as low as Trump in their first 2 years. However, Trump is at the top of the pack when it comes to the economy, with a 3.7% unemployment rate. That is well below any of his modern predecessors. Unemployment under Obama was 9.3% at this point in his term. George W. Bush, 6%. Clinton, 5.5%. Bush, 41%, 6.3%. And Reagan at 10.8%. Both Carter and Nixon right around 6%. Now, of course, Trump inherited an economy that was growing, and he kicked it into higher gear, while many of his predecessors inherited an economy in recession. But that combination of a record low approval rating and record low unemployment is ominous, because it suggests that if the economy takes a downturn going forward, Trump's job approval rating could fall even further. And then there's the government shutdown. This one, the third this year, and now in its sixth day with no end in sight. It's already lasted longer than all but 8 of the 21 government shutdowns we've seen. But we're still a long way from the 16 days Obama endured in 2013 or the record 21-day face-off between Bill Clinton and Newt Gingrich. Now, trust in Trump is rattled by many factors, not least instincts that often range from hyperbolic to falsehoods to outright lies. The Washington Post's tireless fact-checkers, led by Glenn Kessler, have found 7,546 false or misleading claims in his first 700 days in office. That's an average of more than 10 a day, with the rate increasing in the run-up to this year's midterms. And while lying politicians are a cliche, there's really no comparison with past presidents. The most recent of his whoppers being President Trump telling our troops in Iraq that he'd given them a 10% pay raise. In fact, our military gets annualized pay increases, and last year they received around 2.3%. But it was great to see President Trump finally visit our troops in a war zone. And it brought to mind another stat we should always track: the sacrifices of our military men and women. This year, 29 active duty U.S. service members have been killed in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Syria. Of course, we honor their lives and pray for their families. Here at home, 53 police officers have been shot and killed in the line of duty, according to the FBI. And this year witnessed 68 victims of mass shootings in America, from Stoneman Douglas High School to the Capitol Gazette newsroom, to the Tree of Life Synagogue, to the Borderline Bar in Thousand Oaks. That means there have been more than twice as many people killed in mass shootings in the United States than active duty military killed in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Syria this year. And that's your reality check.